Hey guys, this is Dmcheatw, and I'm doing a commentary video for Empire Total War multiplayer. This is a France versus Russia battle. I'm in command of the French, and my opponent is Dmcheatw in command of the Russians. Let's look at my army first before it gets obliterated by these mortars here. I've got 6 units of line infantry here, and 6 units of tirailleurs. They're screening my movement, and I have 2 squadrons of cuirassiers, and they're my cavalry reserves. You can see my advance here. I'm advancing on multiple lines here. So I'm going down this side, down the center, and down the left. Let's look at my army, at my opponent's army now. My opponent has 1 general's bodyguard here. He has 3 riflemen in the front ranks. Then he has 3 elite guard units and 2 line infantry units. And then the bulk of his army, he has 3 teams of 4-inch mortar batteries, and then another mortar battery, and this is an 8-inch mortar battery. So 4 batteries of mortars altogether. Then he has 2 units of 24-pounder foot artillery, 1 in the forest and 1 on top of this hill right here. Okay, so I advanced at multiple points against my opponent here. So let's see how my advance is going. I lost, I'd say, about 50% of my army already. Just approaching my opponent. I even lost a unit. Got it completely obliterated here. So anyways, I had my skirmishers advancing the advance of my line infantry. And but look at these mortars, they're insane. Yeah, I think their range is a little too far for being mortars. And maybe their destruction level or their splash damage is a little too high, just for balance purposes. Anyways, by advancing on 3 different lines of advance here, I was able to advance onto my opponent and strike him at 3 different angles. I could have used 4 different angles if I wanted to, but just for micro purposes, I only chose 3 lines of advance. Alright, so I'm taking my cavalry unit here. My other cavalry unit got completely obliterated by my opponent's mortars, and this one's already down to 27. So these mortars are a little too strong, in my opinion. But this was a no rules game that I joined here. And by the way, this is the Cuba map. It's kind of interesting because I'm fighting against the Russians here. Alright, so it looks like we're having a little Cuban mortar crisis here. But anyways, I'm going to take this unit here. I had the option of striking his 24-pounders, but when I saw his general's bodyguard, I decided to go for his mortars here. And look at that, I got hit by his cannons already. And look at that one, now I'm down to 11 horses. It's completely murderous, these artillery pieces. Alright, so I'm going to take out as many of these mortars as I can. But now my guys are routing already. So that was a very short-lived charge here. Now I have no more cavalry. So just like that, because of the mortars, I have like... Well, and because of my opponent's artillery, I lost my cavalry, and I lost like 30% of my army already. Anyways, it's a good thing I advanced on different angles here. If I didn't, I would have been completely screwed by his guards and line infantry, and his riflemen. So here is the destruction here. I had to play offensively in this, which I typically do anyways, and that's the way I prefer it. If I would have sat still, I would have lost my army just from his mortar fire. It's pretty sad. Anyways, because this battle is a little bit too long, I'm gonna have to cut off the last 3 or 4 minutes of the battle. But you're gonna see what happens. Alright. So here's my my left flank here. Trying to work on his guards right here. Let's see what's going on here. His 24-pounders in the jungle, their canister or whatever, they cause my troops to rout here, or they're about to rout. And his guards aren't helping either. So, alright, they should be leaving in just a few seconds here. But here's the overhead, I want you to see it. Lots of maneuvering that I had to do. But I lost so many troops just getting to my opponent. And this is a ranked game, and that's how a lot of people get these great amount of stars. But anyways, this is my fault for joining a no rules battle. Okay. what's going on here. I managed to rout his guards there, finally, by using a concentration of fire on his right flank. Here's what's going on here. He's still firing his 24-pounders at my dudes, and his mortars are still working their magic on me. But luckily, I've gotten pretty close to his troops, so his mortars aren't as effective as they were earlier. But I need to get a little closer because his mortars are still hitting my troops from back here. In this battle, I had to keep watching at the map here, making sure my guys would come back from routing. If I wasn't watching the map, I would have lost this battle. Because I had to constantly keep bringing my troops back from routing. So it was a very micro-intensive game here. Especially because I was advancing on 3 different points. Alright, so I'm going to bring my Tiralor into the forest. I'm going to try to take out some of these mortars here. Especially his 8-inch battery. But now he's going to countercharge with his general's bodyguard. And my guys aren't going to last too long against these dudes here. There's his general, by the way. Oh, look at that. Very nice. So I'm going to lose my Tiralor. But just behind my Tiralor, I'm bringing up my line infantry. And his main infantry is now getting slaughtered finally. So there was some poetic justice in this. I'm losing some of my troops too, though. So yeah, if you ever join a no rules battle, actually you shouldn't even join a no rules battle, because you're just giving your opponent extra stats here for his record, giving him extra stars. But yeah, I'm gonna keep at this game. I'm gonna shoot off a volley here, and then I'm gonna charge into the forest. Let's get a little closer. Here's his 8-inch mortars here. Look at that. Looks kind of like a private thing. Maybe we shouldn't be watching this. But my guys are gonna put an end to this. Well, eventually. Hello. There we go. There they go. Alright, so I'm gonna cut off the replay very soon. But you can see my dudes. I'm gonna charge into his 24-pounders here. That'll put an end to these dudes once and for all. He still has another unit up here. That's his 24-pounders, his other one. But basically what you're going to miss is I'm going to destroy these dudes right here. His infantry center. And I'm going to bring my line infantry around this way. And basically I'm going to converge on his artillery piece here. That's pretty much what I think you're going to miss. I'm going to show as much as I can though. And I'm going to show you the screenshot of the results screen. But look at that. After all that advancing, and after all these French troops that I lost, I'm going to emerge victorious in this encounter. But the lesson here is don't ever join a no-rules battle. Or don't even join a battle that allows for mortars. Especially in a ranked game, because these people will abuse the mortars completely. So just don't join it, because if you do, you're giving these people free points here, and I don't think it's fair. Alright, so I'm going to cut off the battle very soon. He's going to retreat what troops he does have. These are his riflemen and his general's bodyguard onto this hill. But basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to destroy this unit of guards here. Once I destroy them, then I'm going to converge on this hill, and I'm going to drive them off of this hill here. Now I'm going to show you the results screen. It's a screenshot. Yeah, so in the end, it was a victory for me. I killed 704 of my opponent's troops, and I lost 870 of my own troops. Dmcheatw killed 525 of my troops, and he lost 757 of his own troops. For that battle, I got tons of skill rating points, 1,272 points, just because my opponent was higher ranked than myself, much higher ranked. Good game to my opponent, but just for you guys to know, don't join these kind of games, because when you do, you give your opponent free wins, and you pad their stats.